Hey guys. Um, so I it's been a while since I posted a video on here. I've been very, very busy. I don't know if you can tell, um, but I moved. I no longer reside in Newberg, Oregon. I now live in Tualatin, Oregon. My favorite city in all of Oregon, in the Portland area. Um, and I have a new work schedule to where I'm back to having 2 days off instead of one, which is amazing. Um, so as far as living conditions go, that's new. What's also new is I have been reading books. I actually have changed it a bit. I instead of reading one book, I'm actually reading two. Did a bit. I instead of reading one book, I'm actually reading two. One that's faith based and one that's about like relationships and stuff. I just finished The Five Love Languages. It's a very, very awesome book. If you have not read it, I would highly recommend you get it. Just kind of where I'm at in life with relationships and trying to figure them out, and um, just trying to make the make the next relationship, whenever that is meant to happen for me, be the one that lasts forever. Um, just a bunch of different things of what I'm looking for in a woman and in a partner in life, and trying to figure out myself as to what love language I speak mostly, and all that. I've also so that when it comes to relationships, that's a book that I just finished and highly recommend. I'm probably am going to start rereading Loveology, a book by Pastor John Mark Comer. I would highly recommend you check out that book as well if you're into those kinds of books. And then when it comes to books on dealing with faith and different aspects of living a hope-filled, Jesus-filled life, I am right now in the middle of reading the Book of Joy, where it's basically a conversation between the Dalai Lama and an archbishop, where they talk about what's the true meaning of joy, happiness, and peace, and how to find those things in the midst of all of the um, you know bad stuff that is going on in our world. And it's definitely a very, very very interesting read. In fact, I actually want to read for you something that I have seen in this. This is really, really powerful. Basically, when it comes to, I find it. Okay, well, I can't find the one thing, but I can find another thing that I really liked about this book. It basically is this prayer that is used to cultivate mudita, which is, if I can find it, mudita is, trying to find mudita. Mudita is translated as sympathetic joy. So this is a prayer that Jinpa uses to cultivate that sympathetic joy, mudita. As for suffering, I do not wish even the slightest. As for happiness, I am never satisfied. In this, there is no difference between others and me. Bless me so that I may take joy in others' happiness. That is so, so true. There are times when I look at, like going back to relationships. I would look at my family, different members of my family, their significant others, and I would see their happiness, but I would for some reason taken jealousy and depression because I didn't have what they had. Um, and even though I'm not perfect at it, I am now of the mindset where no, I should, you know, seek to have nothing but joy, in my life and in their lives, even though they have something that I have yet to possess. Um, and then I've also been getting back into reading the Bible. I read the 2 chapters of Lamentations, and I'm right now in the middle of the Psalms. After I finish the Psalms, I'm going to do Proverbs, and then after that, then maybe do Numbers or Gospels or whatever. But I've definitely been getting more spirit filled and filled with Jesus and filled with hope. And which actually makes me think of another book that I want to get at some point by one of my favorite pastors of all time, Ben Corson. He has this book coming out called Optimisfits, Igniting a Fierce Rebellion Against Hopelessness, which, first of all, is a very awesome title for a book. And then what else is going on that's new? On September the 10th, which is in 10 days, I'm going to be starting up school. It does have school aspects to it, but it's more of a internship residency program, where like there are days where like I will go in and it'll kind of be like school-esque format where there will be homework and stuff to learn and stuff like that, but for the most part it will be outreach stuff where I'll go out with my classmates and mentors, and we'll go out and we'll serve the community, and sharing true love with them and being an example of what true love looks like in love. And whether that be feeding the hungry or the poor, or sharing the good news with people. And I'm definitely excited for this. I've actually been looking forward to this for 3 years, and this was the year that apparently Jesus, God opened it at a point where it was closed before, but now he opened it and no one else could shut it. So I'm definitely excited for this. The only thing that I started being a little bit concerned about it, but based on me talking with one of the people that's going to oversee the school and everything, we talked about the financial aspect of it, and I would be able to afford it, and I am able to afford it, but it's one of those things where I have to do a payment plan on it. And I remember before I was talking to one of the guys about it, I just was asking. I was talking with a friend of mine before a noon gathering that I attended recently, and she asked me, what's your plan when it comes to taking care of it financially, and I basically told her that well, I've been trying to find a second job to do, so I may just do that. And she was just asking me, do you really think that that's what God's calling you to? And if it is, then I'll get out of your way. But I would really just make sure that that is really what He wants you to do. So I prayed about it in my mind and out loud even, and I just felt like God wanted me to just take a chance on faith and just step out of my comfort zone. And on different forms of social media, especially on Facebook, I did fundraising, or tried fundraising to raise money. I was able to make some, but not to the full amount that I needed, which to me basically meant that, okay, it's not to say that God doesn't provide for what we need financially. He will provide for what we need. It's just that that wasn't the avenue that that that's what, I was, called to do. And so I thought, okay, well, even though I was able to raise certain money from this, it wasn't the full amount. So maybe I do need to get a second job and bust my butt. So I had an interview with Starbucks here in Tualatin, and it went well. I have to wait until around Tuesday or Wednesday to hear back from them to see if I go further along into the hiring process. Um, if I get this job, I'm really excited because I'll be able to get back on my feet financially. I'll be able to pay for the school um, and for anything else. Because right now, with just the one job, I have enough money for rent and um, a couple things when it comes to food, but that's pretty much it. Um, so if there's anybody on here who is hearing this and seeing this and is feels led to help with this financially, I would greatly appreciate it. Um, whether it's $5, 15, 20, $100, however much if you feel led to give towards this cause, just hit me up on here. Um, I will do my best to respond. It will usually be either before or after work because I mostly now work in the evenings with my new job. Um, yeah, I'll typically respond before um, or after work or even on a day off that I have. Um, and and this is actually somewhat related to um, the spiritual journey, but I've been having on and off thoughts of um, to do this one thing because I've heard a lot of different things about this concept. That it I've heard that people can lose weight off of this. I've heard that people can have an enhancement of their spiritual awareness when it comes to wanting to grow in relationship and friendship with God. I've heard all sorts of different rumors, bad and good, but I kind of want to experience it for myself. And I've talked about this with myself a lot and tried doing this, but in the past have failed just because the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, and when it comes to this, it's going to be hard, but I definitely am going to do my best to follow through with it, and that is to fast. I'm going to starting today, and I'm going to start by doing it for like 3 days, and if all goes good, then I may up it to a week, and if that goes good, then I may up it to 2. And if I find myself cheating and having a bit of food, then I'll just have to start all over. Which when it comes to that, I'm totally fine with it. Like if a girl that I'm hanging out with um or hanging out with a friend and food is involved, then I can consider that a cheat day. I would just have to understand that okay, I cheated. That means that I have to start all over again, which I'm totally fine. But I just feel like that God is pressing on me to just try fasting, just to go for just take baby steps toward it and you know just see what it does to your spirit, to be more spiritually fed, and reading his word in other books and just in you know being consumed by him, um, and yeah, another thing that I've been up to when it comes to spirituality is if not every other day, I I look I try to start off every if not almost every day by listening to different messages, um, different pastors. Pastors that I watch are um, Jensen Franklin, Ben Corson, Joel Osteen, Dr. Charles Stanley. I would even throw in Koi Fresco Vachidadas on here. Westcott Loudon of Enlightened channel. I'd include him in there. And um, yeah, it's definitely to be able to start off each day by either reading and or watching videos, and if I have time, ending the day with any of that. It's definitely a good thing, and it definitely brings me this inner peace that I, that I just feel, so glad that it's happening. Um, so it's definitely a very, very good thing. And I want to play for you guys um, a video. That's a video that I heard. I won't be able to show you the image, but you'll be able to at least hear it. But something that to me is something that it just fits me with where I'm at right now in life, and I'll kind of give you a little bit of my reaction to this. So enjoy the words to this.
Hi there,
And
my
there's
name
an
is Chris.
ad, so I'll turn off the ad. Okay.
The wolf on the hill is never as hungry as the wolf climbs the hill.
It's not easy going it alone, but if you keep going, stay true to yourself, it will be worth it in the end. The hardest walk you can make is the walk you make alone. But that is the walk that makes you the strongest. That is the walk that builds your character the most. To all of you fighting battles alone, to all of you going against the grain, battling the naysayers, stay strong, keep going. Stay strong, keep going. This walk is hard, but the hardest walks lead to the greatest destinations. The toughest climbs always lead to the best views. It will be worth it in the end. And if you show what you are made of, the right people will show up in your life. You won't be a lone wolf forever. You have qualities only few can admire because most don't possess. You have strength only few can understand because most have never experienced. So don't give in. Don't settle. Don't lower your expectations to fit into the world. You were born to stand out. You were born to lead. Lead the pack. They say the wolf on the hill is never as hungry as the wolf climbing the hill. Always be that wolf climbing the hill. Always hungry for more. Always hungry to grow, to feed your mind and rise to the highest level you can take yourself. Never looking back, always looking forward to the next feast of success in whatever you do. It does not matter if you have to walk alone for a while. It is much better to walk alone in the right direction than to follow the herd walking in the wrong direction. Stay strong. Be different. Your destiny is in your hands. Get out there and hunt it.
Oh, that is so true. That is so true. I literally feel like I'm a lone wolf. Not in a bad sense, in a very very good sense. I feel that there are certain things in my walk, in my journey, that some people, misunderstand. Well, I don't know if I've said this in past videos, but um, in my head, I would say to myself, um, that you know that what you're going through is legit and that it's not bullshit, and you can't pretend that it's not real. And I would feel um, shamed from other people, other quote unquote Christians, who think that what I'm feeling and what I believe God is revealing to me is a bunch of BS, and think I'm crazy, and that I'm even, the Christianese phrase, once was lost but knowing found. I would get the feeling that the reverse would be true from certain Christians. I feel like that I would go from being found to lost again. And I just think that there are just some Christians who fear what they don't understand, and they aren't open minded, and their ego isn't detached, to get the get a full sense of what's going on. In fact, and I'm gonna do a YouTube video probably on one of my days off more on this, but I did a Facebook and Twitter status earlier where I mentioned the question and a philosophy that is changing my life for the better. The question being, who am I? And the philosophy being that no one really knows what's going on. Which is, so true. And it just kind of goes back to that statement that the guy made in the Lone Wolf motivation speech, where it is better to be a lone wolf going in the right direction than being a part of the pack going into the wrong direction. And no one really has everything all figured out. I think that there's, there's joy and hope and peace, where it's okay to be in the unknown and to search for that, and yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on in my life as far as work and moving and spirituality and stuff like that. The cool thing is that with the new work schedule and everything like that, I can try to figure out when I should start posting more YouTube videos, because I definitely miss this. I bet you guys have been wondering, where's Jacob and everything. Now you know where I've been and everything, so you're definitely going to want to look forward to seeing me again on here. I definitely feel like I could, show you guys, more videos and, or more, just more content on anything fun, serious in between. So yeah, with that, that's my video for today. Basically the rest of the day for me is just going to entail of me getting ready for the day, working. I don't know if I'm going to close all the way or partially or not at all. I just know I'm working in the afternoon. And then depending on the time when I get home, I will probably close out the night by doing some reading of Psalms and then a chapter of the Book of Joy. And yeah, so yeah, that's a little update on me, and yeah, definitely be prepared and excited to see more videos from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, And feel free to like, comment, and subscribe and share. And see you guys next time. Rum rum.